My name is Missy Cheney, and I'm a medical anthropologist at Oregon State University. And I first came to know Megan in 1997 when I applied for a job as Evans and Lewis's after-school care provider. I remember that afternoon well. The boys were sweet and shy, sitting quietly by as I talked with Megan and Wayne. Toward the end of the interview, I asked the boys to show me their rooms, and I immediately got to know their talkative and more rambunctious sides. Lewis showed me his prized possessions, which were a stuffed puppy, aptly named Puppy, and a very tattered beach towel that he loved to sleep with. Evan introduced me to his pet rat named Kirby, who he tended with enormous love and affection. Kirby would sit on Evan's shoulder and love to sleep in the little nest that he made him out of a box and a t-shirt. I remember that Megan wouldn't allow the boys to say anything was stupid because it wasn't very nice. So Evan taught me that early on we should call things whoopid instead. I never heard Evan say stupid until he was in college. So for 4 years, I'd meet the boys at Edison, and we'd walk our bikes together back to the house and have a snack and work on homework. Some afternoons we had extra time and we'd play in the yard. Into a bunch of cushions, which in retrospect was probably not the safest after-school activity. But we also had tamer games. Remember the Beanie Baby game on the stairs? So little by little, over the years, my husband Andy and I got to know Megan and Wayne as well. And they would invite us over for these fabulous dinners, usually around our birthdays or other holidays. And as many of you know, Megan was a wonderful cook with a deep appreciation. Those meals were always elegant, intentional, and nourishing. Her desire to express love and appreciation through those hours of preparation were always evident. We would talk for hours over dinner about sports and politics, work, and the boys, and over time, Evan and Lewis came to feel much more like my younger brothers than the boys I babysat, and Megan and Wayne much more like our second family. In 2001, when the Michelsons left to Ireland for the year, to finish my training as a midwife. We kept in touch through letters and emails. And just a few days after my husband and I moved back to Eugene, about a year and a half later, I ran into Megan in Smith Family Books. We were both very happy to see each other, but it was also evident that something heavy was weighing on her heart. She explained to me that she had been diagnosed with an aggressive form of cancer and that she was planning a sabbatical from the university because she possible. She wanted to cook for them, to keep the house in order, and to continue traveling as a family. I remember leaving the bookstore that day, feeling deeply saddened, but also very inspired by Megan's commitment to her family, and especially to the boys. Although I had seen glimpses of Megan's dignity and strength in the past, in the months that followed, and especially through Evan's recovery from his neck injury, Andy and I were amazed by her composure and her ability to weather the storms of life's challenges. In the last few years, as I've practiced as a midwife, I have had ample opportunity to be with families as they bring their children into the world, as they emerge in joy and in dignity. Walking with families through these times has allowed me a deep appreciation for the major rites of passage that mark our lives and bring us to that edge, to that fine line that separates life and death. Wife, choosing to have her birth in a home-like environment, surrounded by her family, in a home-like environment where minimal interventions were available. In Megan's final days, as I spoke with Evan and Lewis about how it felt to be with their mother, to be present with her as she made her final transition, I was struck not only with their pain and the tragedy of death too soon, but also with the immense blessings that she gave back to them. So many in Megan's condition die in the hospital surrounded by machines and intimate strangers. How appropriate and in tune with who Megan was that she made that passing in her home surrounded by family, coming full circle and completing that cycle of life. Wayne, it is a privilege to know you and to have been able to witness the care and humor and strength you impart. There can be no truer expression of Wayne's love for Megan than to see the way he cared for her in those final weeks. This was a gift to Megan, but also a gift to your boys, for you modeled the depth of love a husband can have for a wife. And Evan and Lewis, one of the great honors of my life has been to watch you grow from adorable, fun, extremely mischievous boys into extraordinary young men. Your mother's legacy of love, family, compassion, integrity, and grace lives on in you. In that way, Megan continues to bless us all. Thank you.